Hey, this is G. Kelly Dixon, Mogul Ambition here. So I hear Grant Cardone saying that 1 to 4 family properties are not great investments. You should just buy a single family, sell it, buy a single family and sell it. I think you're wrong. I'm going to show you why it can be a great investment and how you can get what you want as a great investment right now.
I'll apply it in our because sometimes it's easier for me to do it than to try to get somebody to come in.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to my guys, see how to structure the deal. I just gotta but being that they owe the 400, if you structure a deal where you giving them 400 and you expect them to give it back, I don't know if that happens. So listen, this is what you do. Put Phil on them ASAP. And say, listen, I'm gonna have my negotiating court. And let Phil pick it up. But Phil wants to pick the stuff up earlier. He's like, yo, he said, I know you got an Anglestone way, but let me get involved, let me get my paper, let me talk to them earlier. Yeah. So send them to Phil. Phil will stop, he can stop all that stuff. These are the mailing leads. So I separate them so we can better track them.
That's the goal there. That's the goal there when it's all said and done.
For 127. You say you take like 106. So Grant Cardone says you shouldn't buy 1 to 4 family properties and you should focus on getting a 20-unit apartment building. That's great. Guess what? Most of us don't have $10 million businesses before we decide to go into real estate, right? So if you're just looking to start out and you don't have friends and family with money, you don't have people you can go to raise capital, how do you get started in real estate? You just go around and start asking random people to borrow their money, and you have no experience in managing a property, running a property, or doing anything with the property. Probably not the best decision. So, for one, residential 1 to 4 family properties gives you an easy way to get into real estate that doesn't require a lot of capital, particularly capital that you don't have right now. So, it gives you an opportunity to kind of learn the ropes. Number 2, when Grant Cardone was investing in single family properties, he was doing it about 40 years ago. Technology has changed a lot since 40 years. Now, we have management companies that are remote. So we can actually hire management companies to manage the properties for us. So as little as $30 a unit, I can actually outsource my management to a company in a completely different state. This isn't your mom and pop operation that's going around and ripping people off and taking all the rent money. These guys charge a flat fee of $30 a unit. Your tenants, they have issues, they call this company finds maintenance people, they find all types of people to fix any problems you may have, and they bring the issues back to you to make an ultimate decision. But the day-to-day management, all of a sudden, is out of your hands for as little as $30 a unit. That's a great deal. Bet they didn't have that 40 years ago, Grant. Number 3, rent insurance. I never like investments where I have a tenant that pays, I'm positive. I have a tenant that doesn't pay, that's negative. I agree with Grant Cardone 100% about that. But now we can actually have tenants pay what's called rent insurance. So anywhere from $10 to $50 a month, they can actually have insurance in case they can't afford to pay their rent. And guess who gets the benefit of that? Me, the landlord. So this covers them, or me, from liabilities or damages or me not being able to pay my rent or my mortgage rather in case they default on their rent payment. So these are things that are in place right now on single family properties that you can use to protect yourself in case your tenant stops paying their rent. The 4th thing I love about in single family properties, tenants pay the expenses. Think about it. If I have a 6 unit, who's responsible for removing the snow? Who's responsible for cutting the grass? Okay, in a single family, I can put all that responsibility to the tenant. Unless the roof caves in or the window breaks, I'm pretty much just showing up and collecting my rent. That's a beautiful thing. Now, there are a few things I agree with Grant Cardone about, and you need to pay very close attention to this. The first one, if you just plan to buy one single family and that's it, you are waiting for doomsday. Eventually, your tenant will stop paying. And eventually, you have to kick in that insurance, and eventually, if you don't have that, you're going to go negative. Period. Just like that. The goal of buying one single family is to continue to buy more single families. So as your portfolio grows, if one or two tenants stop paying, and they will, or they'll move out eventually, or somebody will die, or somebody will lose their job, eventually it will happen. You'll have critical mass that one or two people moving out doesn't affect your portfolio's cash flow. It'll still be positive. And that's very important. You want to try to get to 5 or 10 units as quickly as possible so that you're not worried about whether one person can pay their rent or not. The other thing on smaller units, it takes less money to get in. We don't all have family members that are rich or friends of family we can go to. We got to start somewhere. There's nothing wrong with building a portfolio piece by piece. Hey, listen, 10 dimes make a dollar. Do we got to make a big splash? No. Sometimes we can work our way up, and then once we get critical mass, then we can go for the big shot. Another thing, financing is very easy right now for single families and 4 families. You can get 97%, okay? 97% on 1 to 4 families right now. You can use FHA financing. You know, there's non-QM space right now for single family, 1 to 4 family properties. Try getting 97% on a commercial property. And though I love commercial real estate, I love apartment buildings, I love multifamily, there's nothing wrong with getting started in residential 1 to 4 families and working your way up. You got to start somewhere. The G. Kelly Dixon, Mogul Ambition.